Hey guys, on this episode of Gaming Collecting, we're going to be revisiting our annual series where we look at my most valuable games in my video game collection, trying to see what has changed, what has shifted around, how prices have fluctuated, and all the things in between. It's kind of fascinating how some games just get more valuable, others drop. Some of them change during the making of this episode. Let's see how it goes on this episode of Gaming Collecting. So, how you been?
I did a lot today. I got a lot of shit done today, Bill. Guess what I did today?
You went off on an adventure.
No, I didn't leave my house at all.
But I did a lot in my... It's an adventure.
Yeah, it is. Well, I was cooking. I cooked for like 3 hours today. Because I was meal prepping for the week. And then I had bananas that like were getting like to that gross banana phase, so I made banana bread. But I made chocolate chip banana bread because honestly, if you're gonna make banana bread, just add some chocolate chips to it because it makes it more delicious. So I made banana bread, and then I meal prepped my dinners and my breakfasts for next week.
Good for you.
I did a lot, and I worked out today, and I did go on an adventure yesterday. I went shopping with my friend. I bought a blanket for my couch. It's purple with check marks, and I like it. I mean checkerboard pattern, and I like it.
I thought you were going to say it's verified. I thought you were going to say the blanket is verified.
No, it's not. I don't know why I'm talking like this.
Because you're just insane. We've already been over this.
I don't know why. I feel like because I did a lot, when I finally sat down, all the tiredness hit me. Oh, also, I don't know how to cut onions. If anyone on our Discord server knows how to cut onions without crying, please let me know. Because every time I cut them, I cry because my eyes burn and I don't know what I'm doing wrong because I see chefs like Gordon Ramsay. I was watching a lot of Kitchen Nightmares this weekend too, and I see him cutting onions and they're not crying. So what am I doing wrong? Why am I crying?
Gordon Ramsay doesn't feel.
And my eyes are still kind of burning from it.
Gordon Ramsay doesn't feel.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
just the secret.
Like, he feels his eyes water and he just like it just goes back into his eyes.
It's rotten.
He's like, not today. And also like watching like Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell, it makes you realize like just how gross kitchens can be and like how you don't know what you're like. And if the food is bad, it's most likely because they're gross. The restaurant is gross.
Yes. I worked yesterday.
You did. I saw your car wasn't there.
Yep. Good old 6 hours. Probably only worked about 3 of them, realistically, though.
Yeah. Well, they deserve it. They deserve it. And everything.
Well, I went in this weekend, so I won't have to go in next weekend.
So. Yeah, because next weekend. Guess what Thursday is, Bill?
Alex turns 6 or 7, is it at this point?
7! I will be 7 years old! Oh my god, I'm the youngest gaming podcaster there ever was! I'm gonna be 7!
That must be nice. 7, aka 29, 28. Yeah, 28, that's what it is.
Oh, you're 29.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see that TikTok I sent? No, that reel I sent you of like the SpongeBob running?
Yes.
It's coming next year. The big 3-0.
I know. Yeah, but I'm taking next weekend off regardless of what they say, so.
Yeah, just tell them that like it's my sister's birthday. So get the fuck out.
Yeah. That'll go over well.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. I clicked on sing. Okay, I'm good. Just do it. What have you gotta lose?
I don't know. Did you see the live action Avatar that came out?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of memes about it not being very good.
It's weird. I'm seeing a lot of. I've heard it. I have no interest in watching it personally.
Me either.
I've heard a lot of people saying it's not very good. I've also heard a lot of people saying it's not. It's not as bad as people say, but it's still not very good. So
Yeah, I think the general consensus. I mean, wasn't it? I think you were telling me that like, or I saw it somewhere. It's either you said it or I saw it somewhere that like the team like was like the original Avatar team was originally on board, and then they just
and
like
they stepped off and walked out
yeah,
of the project.
which I'm like, ooh, bad sign.
Well, they've made so many like unnecessary changes. Like they one of the big ones was they removed all of Sokka's like sexist like moments towards the beginning of the series. You know, basically just getting rid of all of his character development because reasons.
Yeah.
And it completely made like the Kyoshi Warriors just pointless because that's where all of his development comes from.
Yeah, it's
the whole point of that episode was they were supposed to like beat him down for being an idiot.
And then he like learns his lessons and
yeah,
like,
it's like an actual like character growth. That's a thing. They also got rid of Aang's like kiddish thing. Like I guess this I haven't watched it. This is just what I've heard. They got rid of like Aang's like more kid-like natures and they've just made him extra serious all the time. And it's like, okay, that just killed the point of the character right there.
I saw it too. Like people were complaining that like he was just flying on his own rather than using his glider. People were upset about that, and I was like, yeah, I guess.
I've heard the casting choices were pretty good, but other than that, and I guess like Katara is just completely like a board. It doesn't do
useless.
Anything. Yeah, she's like they've completely
the Sakura. Is she the Sakura?
Even Sakura did more from what I've heard.
Oh God. Well, I'm probably not going to watch it either. I just kind of don't have any interest in watching it. But
didn't have much to begin. You know what I've realized, kind of like with all of these live actions that have been coming out.
What?
I think I just prefer animation.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's some that like there's obviously some that are better than others. I mean, the One Piece one is excellent, but then there's some that you're just like, why? This is terrible.
Well, I mean, like the only good one I've really watched is like the Rurouni Kenshin movies, and that's like 1 out of like a million.
Yeah, when you watch the One Piece live action, you'll understand that one is also great.
The Netflix Death Note movie was amazing, not because it was good, just because it was a
awful
dumpster fire.
It was one of those ones. It's so bad, it's so good.
Well, it's like they missed the point so hard, but at the same time, it's amazing how hard they missed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I watched this weekend too? I watched season 3 of Shield Hero.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta say, I'm not feeling it. No, I wasn't feeling it because like I just felt like the plot was kind of stupid. Like what was happening? I don't want to spoil it because I think you should still watch it. But I'm like watching it and I'm like these characters are fucking idiots. I'm like, this is literally something that happened before and you all watched it happen and you're surprised it's happening again. Like, I mean, I guess it's like,
so in other words, it's like season 1 really was the best and it's just kind of been downhill ever since.
I mean, I didn't think season 2, like once you got past the turtle arc, season 2 got better, but season 3 I was just like, yeah. Only good thing about season 3 is the killer whale lady. She is wonderful. Once you see her character design, about her. Oh my God, it's the
I've seen the memes. I've seen the memes of that.
That's the best part. But other than that, I just was like, I don't know. I think you'll get it once you watch it, but I don't want to spoil it because I think you should watch it. But I don't know. It was just like it was taking these characters that you already kind of hated and trying to redeem them, but also not at the same time and make you feel bad for them, but you didn't because you were just like, these people are fucking dumb. Like, I don't know. It just like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm probably gonna watch the next season because I'm just like, I'm invested in the show now and I have to. But like, yeah, season 3, I was like, not impressed.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Makes me think season 2 is a lot better though.
Oh, really? Okay, so you're in like the minority there because most people, a lot of people like really hate season 2 for whatever reason.
Well, no, yeah, it's the turtle arc.
Yeah,
It's the turtle arc. But honestly, like, I don't think the turtle arc is that bad. I mean, yeah, it takes a little bit, but once you get out of it, it's much better. But season 3, I just was like, meh. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Speaking of season 3s, though, Slime season 3 is coming up pretty soon.
Whoa! I've actually am actively watching Slime Diaries. That was what was on my screen before my TV turned off. But yes, I was watching Slime Diaries because I want to get hyped for that time I was reincarnated as a slime. And Slime Diaries is just so fun
Slime
because it takes all
Diaries
it's just the silliness of the show, and there's no seriousness. It's just silly.
yeah, yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, other than that, nothing too crazy. I've done literally nothing this weekend other than I was on a podcast collab yesterday. That's
Nice.
probably, I don't know when that's going to be out, so I'm not going to spoil what it is yet. But it was a good time. Other than that, really just not a whole lot going on right now. Oh yeah, did you see like the giant like mini heart attack everyone had this like yesterday?
No.
So you know how like so many articles are like clickbait now and it's like not even funny?
Mm-hmm.
There was a big article like that was going around because you notice how like every week it's like another person gets outed as a freaking like pedo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was one going around. It was like a big name creator from Your Name film outed for child porn, and I was just like, no.
No.
But then you click on the article, and it was one of like the producers that like didn't actually create it. They were just to the side, and I was like,
Oh,
like
okay.
fucking clickbait. Like,
You were like, God damn it. Okay.
like all
well,
the comments
good.
are like, it's not Shinkai. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
we are good.
I'm like, oh, not another one.
I know.
Like,
It just feels like every day it's you just realize how shitty people are, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I mean,
saw
but
that.
it's everywhere. And that's the sad part is that it truly is everywhere because it's in like I mean, it's in obviously Hollywood, all of that stuff, but I mean it's even in like local areas. I mean, like I know even the dance world is affected by stuff like that too now, and it's
Yeah.
like gross, and you're just like, ew, like that's disgusting. So it just sucks.
Was not a pleasant, was not
It
a fun
sucks that
headline.
people suck.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not a fun headline to see. Thank God it wasn't. It wasn't what they made it sound like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would have ruined those movies.
Oh yeah, Bill. When are we gonna watch the Barbie movies? I bought all the Barbie movies.
That's
I
right.
bought
You
them
did.
all. There was a DVD pack that had all of them, and we're gonna podcast about all the Barbie movies. And Bill's gonna pick his. Oh, can we do a tier list? Can we watch them all and then do a tier list? A Barbie movie tier list? Yeah, it's happening.
We'll figure
Just you wait,
something out.
guys. Maybe this Sunday. This Sunday we're gonna watch all the Barbie movies. That's what I want for my birthday. I want to watch all the Barbie movies on Sunday. So that's what's happening, and we can pod about it and make a tier list.
Lovely.
Yeah, say you're committing. Commit
Whatever.
right
Sure.
now.
Sure, we'll do something.
Not something. Say yes. We will podcast about all the Barbie movies this Sunday. Well, we will watch all the Barbie movies this Sunday.
What you
Commit.
said.
No, say it.
I'm just not going to because it annoys you.
Say it.
No.
No, you need to promise on Lucy.
I already said. I said what you said.
Say it.
Say it. So,
You're
anyways,
making me angry.
you're
I'm
always angry.
angry. I'm angry.
Anyways, so moving on to our topic for this episode. We're doing a bit of a tradition that we've been doing since season 2, I want to say.
I know. All right, guys, listen up. Purified drinking water. Processed by advanced filtrations and reverse osmosis technologies. This is Good and Gather. You know why? Because it's from Target. I went to Target. It's 16.9 fluid ounces, 500 milliliters, 1.05. What's PT stand for? I don't know. Anyways, ingredients. Ingredients. Purified water. That's it. That's all it says. See? You can't see. It's too blurry. Anyways, it's distributed by Target Corporation in keep package for reference. For report on water quality and information, contact guest services at a phone number I won't say out loud. Good and Gather promise 100% satisfaction.
You really need to add
Guaranteed.
like a boo sound effect into the soundboard.
Go fuck yourself. This is everyone's favorite part of the episode. There is a cash refund if you live in what's HI? I don't know. But anyway, in Connecticut you can recycle it and get some money back. We
Sure.
tried that and it failed. And also just be careful. The cap is a choking hazard, Bill. It says
Good.
for small children, but I know that it could also happen to you. So don't choke on the cap.
I'm more worried about you.
Bill, I'm cheating on Kirky, but if I'm going to cheat on Kirky, it's going to be with Target, my favorite store that I spend way too much money at because I am a basic bitch when it comes to Target.
You said it, not me. So yeah, we're going on anyways, though. We're going to be...
You go to Target too. You shop at Target on a daily. You're a basic bitch too. You also
I
go to
shop,
Target
like,
regularly.
everywhere.
I also tried to go to Raising Cane's this weekend and it failed.
Yeah, because the line is like fucking insane still.
I thought it would be lower, but it's not.
No.
I chicken strips.
It's a double wide line that goes like miles back. I took one look and just went, I don't need chicken that
I
fucking
want my
bad.
chicken strip.
There's a fucking Chick-fil-A like up the
I know
street.
that's where me and my friend ended up. We wanted to go to Raising Cane's, and then we just ended up getting Chick-fil-A because we were like, "Fuck that."
Yeah, it's gonna take like a couple months before the hype will die
I
down.
want my Cane's.
Well, you stomped on it in the parking lot. That's what you did.
Oh yeah, we never talked about that on the last pot. Yeah, Bill and I were at Target because Bill is also a basic bitch going to Target, and the Raising Cane's is right over there. And someone like left their box of like garbage. They had a little Raising Cane's to go box, and they left it on the ground. And I let the intrusive thoughts win, and I just ran over and just jumped on it and stomped it.
Yeah, it
And Bill-
splattered everywhere.
And Bill is just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, the intrusive thoughts won. In my brain, I said, I'm a smush box. And I did.
Yeah, and you got shit everywhere.
It was fine. It was fine. I don't know what you're talking about. It was fine.
Anyways, as I've been trying to say,
we wasted 18 minutes.
of course we
Of
did.
just hot garbage of me blabbing. Wow. Wait, 2 more minutes and we can do a 20-minute intro
No,
before the
I'm going to start. So,
No, 20 minutes.
do you
20
really want to be
minutes.
until 9 tonight?
Well, no, this won't take that long, I hope.
If you keep stretching it, it will.
Fine. 20
Anyways,
minutes next time.
so we're doing a tradition we've been doing since season 2,
Dying.
where we take a look at the most valuable games I own in my collection, because it's really fun to see how it changes and how this market like dips all over the place.
Mhm.
Fun fact, I compiled the list for this and it's already not accurate anymore, so I'm gonna have to like double take
Right.
on everything now.
You failure. Why did
So the thumbnail I made is already on it inaccurate, but I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna use it anyways.
All right.
So
I see how
starting
it is.
starting off with the Nintendo consoles, we've got the NES. And the way I have this list
Yes.
worked out is I actually have the original first time we did this, the second time we did this, and the third time we did this hiccup.
Yes.
Haven't done that in a while.
I did last episode, I'm pretty certain.
I don't remember. But yeah, so for NES, spoiler warning: NES is the whole Nintendo consoles are gonna be kind of boring. Because it was Dragon Warrior 4 the first time, and it's still Dragon Warrior 4 even to this day.
Oh,
That
did
game
the
is
price
just
go up or did it not change at all?
it's about this. So right now it's actually tied with Tengen Tetris as the most valuable.
Huh.
At
Do you
at
have
100,
Tengen Tetris?
I do. And they're both tied at $102.
Dalmatians.
So it's about around the price that it was before. It's always shifting. Like I'm pretty sure that one's just going to permanently be number one for a while, though. Because going over to Super Nintendo now, like the first time we did this list, it was Harvest Moon, but Harvest Moon has dropped a little bit, and Earthbound has reclaimed it. And Earthbound has gone up. It's like $363 now.
Wow.
Like I paid $120 for my original copy of Earthbound. Just the cartridge. The box itself is like $600 to $700.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
freaking absurd sometimes. Moving on though, the N64, your favorite console ever.
Blech. The Barf 64.
Yeah. So at the time going on, it was originally Conquer, then Castlevania Legacy of Darkness had overtaken it. Recently, within the last couple days, that's actually gone down a bit, and Conquer's back to number one.
Oh, interesting.
At $107 for the loose cartridge.
You know what would be interesting to do is
What?
if you did like in the future when there's like a whole bunch, like you do like a little graph montage thing to be like
See how the
and,
price has
show.
gone up and down.
No, yeah, I feel like that would be interesting. I love graphs.
I believe you
need
can
that
go onto
in there.
pricecharting.com and actually see that.
Interesting.
Yeah, Conquer though, that's always been up there as an expensive game, and I mean it was a late game for the system, and it's very lauded. Moving on to GameCube, same as usual. Fire Emblem Path to Radiance has basically just permanently been the most valuable game for that system for a while now. Interestingly though, like it has gone down a little. It's like $224, which is close to what I paid for it back like in 2011, I want to say. What's fun though is, you know what the other two most valuable GameCube games are right now that I own?
What?
The two Pokemon games.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
Pokemon Coliseum and XD are like both over $150 now.
Huh.
And they're not good games. That's the sad part.
See, but that's what's interesting about watching this too, is that what games end up being expensive are usually the hot garbage games, but everyone wants the hot garbage games for the hot garbage legacy.
Well, that and
the
also
hot
just
ticket.
Pokemon games just are expensive now.
Oh yeah, everyone loves Pokemon, but hey, it has a rival now.
Yeah, not as much as people seem to think.
I'm kidding.
I mean, it's done well, but the hype for that has died down a lot. So the Wii,
Womp, womp.
it is also a Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. When we first did this, it was Metroid Prime Trilogy, but that's gone down a lot in recent years. That's like the third most valuable game I own now. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, though, that's over $100 as well. Fire Emblem games are just valuable at these days.
They're just they're well loved.
This one interested me, the Wii U. Wii U has yes.
Wii U.
The Wii U is a weird one for me because looking back at it, it's been the same game every time we've done this. It's always been Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. What I find interesting though is that game's like $100 now.
Oh, did the price go down or go up?
It's gone up. It's been that was a very late Wii U game, and it's like kind of stuck on the system now, and it's just kind of like flatlined at like around $100 recently. Because the second most valuable game is Wind Waker HD, and that is only like 50 something. It's interesting. And then last console for Nintendo, the Switch.
It's the Switch. Beach.
Yes. It's the same one it's always been for us. It's the Octopath Traveler Wayfarers edition, which was the special edition that came out for that game. That's sitting at a $138, which it's expected. It's a special edition.
Yeah. It's honestly though kind of interesting though, because I mean most Switch games are around $60. So it's really not that crazy if it's like a special deluxe edition. Like it's really not that crazy of a value, I would say.
What's interesting though is some of the other Switch games that are valuable right now. There's The Lost Child. That was a game I bought back when the Switch like first came out, and I bought it was like $10, like a bargain bin RPG. And I guess it's shot up like tremendously now. So it's like $97. The Baldur's Gate 2-pack, that's like $91 now. Super Mario All-Stars is like $85. Just like a whole bunch of games that have just kind of gone up in value. And it's interesting to me, like, it's interesting to me just kind of like looking at that and just being like, wow, like it's weird how like some games just kind of jump up in value for no reason. And there's like no way of really following it. So now going on to the Nintendo handhelds. It's already changed since the last time I did this.
That's funny.
That's funny. So not that big of a change, but when we first did this list, Game Boy, the original Game Boy, my most valuable game was Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. Since then, we've had the Pokemon explosion, where every Pokemon game is just absurdly expensive now. The last time we did this list, it was Pokemon Blue was the most valuable. As of now, it's Pokemon Red. Although at the time I initially made this list, it was yellow, but it's since shifted to red because red, I guess, had a spike recently, and it's now $65. Like a full $10 more than yellow version. Yeah, like all the Pokemons are the most valuable games I own for the original Game Boy. Moving on though to Game Boy Color now. This one has also not changed since we started doing this. It's still Resident Evil Gaiden, which is $197 now. I paid like $50 when I bought it, like way back. What's interesting to me is the second most valuable game is Pokemon Crystal, but like Pokemon Gold and Silver aren't even close to like the top 5. They're like kind of like down in like the $50 to $40 range. Just interesting. Yeah, Resident Evil though, that's been pretty like standard. GBA. Oh, we got another change that I wasn't expecting. It's funny how
I guess that shows just how much prices fluctuate and everything.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna edit this real quick.
No.
So when we first did this list, the most valuable Pokemon game I owned, I mean not Pokemon, most valuable GBA game I owned was Pocky and Rocky with Becky.
Becky!
Oh my god, Becky.
Oh my god, Becky. Get away from Floyd. No.
Floyd?
He's married.
That's Lloyd, not Floyd.
Oh, Lloyd. I don't know why I said Floyd.
Yeah, so it was that one. Then the second time was Castlevania Aria of Sorrow because I have it boxed. But recently it's shifted, and now the most valuable game is Pokemon Emerald at $198 loose.
Wow,
it's
that's
$1.
expensive.
It's $1 more expensive than Aria of Sorrow.
Huh? Is there a reason the Game Boy Advance ones are more expensive than the regular classic Game Boy ones?
The Game Boy Advance games have not been re-released.
Okay. So it's literally that's the only way to play them at this point in time.
Yes, because
unless you get like an emulator or something,
or you play one of the remakes. Yeah, because like even like Fire Red and Leaf Green are $100, and then like Ruby and Sapphire are like $70. I think the big thing is because like Red, Blue, Yellow, and Gold, Silver, and Crystal were re-released on the 3DS store back when that was still going. So a lot of people kind of got them that way. And I feel like because the GBA games are not as easy to find at the moment. They've just shot up in price.
Hmm.
Still funny because I got my copy of Emerald for free.
Wow.
I got it from a friend who was moving away, and he gave it to me. I was like, cool.
Aw. It's like, bye, I'll never see you again. Here's a copy of here's Game Boy Advance game.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of what happened. Oh, kind of what happened. So fun fact, Pokemon games have gone through a boom recently in terms of value.
Sonic Boom?
Not so much a Sonic boom. I think more of just a Pokemon boom in general.
Pokemon Boom Boom. I mean, Pokemon has gotten progressively more popular just in general. So
Yeah. All the games values have like shifted though, like since I did this list like a week ago. So for DS, when we first did the list, it was Etrian Odyssey 3, then it was Dragon Quest 5. Now it's Pokemon Heart Gold at 190.
Huh. Hey, I have wait, do I have Heart Gold or Soul Silver?
You have Soul Silver, which is valued at 169.
Hey, that's some money. I could
You also have
sell
White
it.
2, which you have White 2, which is 172.
Well, I'll never give that up. That's my favorite Pokemon game ever. I'm still waiting on the remake, but it better be not trash or Pokemon Company.
I will find you.
Yeah, all the Pokemon DS games are just like absurdly expensive. Like the cheapest one is like Diamond version for 56.
Dang. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, understandable though, because like those games are kind of like considered one of the worst ones.
Well, Diamond and Pearl themselves are pretty bad. Platinum version is 143, but Platinum fixed a lot of problems with Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah. So understandable, but yeah, that's like the only one. I remember like when they made the remake and everyone was just like, "Why this one? No one
Well,
wants this one."
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that they were mad they remade Diamond and Pearl. It was more that the remake was so lazy.
Well, yeah, that too. But I mean, when they announced that they were remaking it, I remember my first thought was like, "Why this one? No one cares about this game."
Oh no, the Diamond and Pearl has a fan base now that's grown a lot over the last few years.
Okay, it's not big though.
No, it's not as diehard as like the original fans or even the Gen 3 fans, but that's
Hey,
besides the point.
hey,
What?
hey!
What?
I forgot.
Anyways, moving on to the Nintendo 3DS. So first time we did this, it was my Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth Special Edition. And the second time it was Professor Layton in the Azrian Legacy, and it is still Professor Layton in the Azrian Legacy. What I find insane is that game is over $100 now.
Oh,
The sixth Professor Layton game. So unfortunately, if you want to play all the Layton games, they're not cheap.
they're not cheap. Nope. Have they done any remakes on Switch with Professor Layton?
They've only re-released the one that they did with his daughter.
Oh, okay.
And that one's not amazing, apparently. Yeah, unfortunately, like if you want to play Layton 6, you're gonna have to shell out some money. Or if you were lucky enough to have bought it on the 3DS store before that shut down. Yeah, unfortunate. And then the last Nintendo system we have, just for shits and giggles, is the Virtual Boy. I haven't added any Virtual Boy games, and their values have kind of stayed pretty stagnant. It's been Nestor's Funky Bowling every year at $78.
Bowling. Wow, I'm surprised they're not more expensive. Just, I mean, for accessibility to them.
So the ones I don't have are the expensive ones.
Oh, okay.
Like some of them are like over $400. Yeah. Moving on now though to PlayStation consoles. These ones are a little different, I will say. They've kind of shifted around a bit. PlayStation values are always shifting. So right now, it's changed a bit in the couple of years since we've done this. When we first did this, the most valuable PS1 game I had was Persona. No, it was Klonoa Door to Phantom Isle. The
Mhm.
second time we did this, it was Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. As of right now, it is now the original Persona, Revelations Persona.
Huh.
I've noticed while doing this that like it's always those three that are like constantly like in the 1, 2, and 3 spot.
Mhm.
So Persona 1 right now is going for $357.
Dang.
I got my copy for 50 like years ago.
Wow.
If you really want to play original Persona in its original form, you can get the PlayStation Classic, which has it on there for some reason.
Oh, okay. So,
But yeah, if you want the original disc, it's almost $400. Same with Persona 2 at like 350.
Hmm.
I got Persona 2 for $20 back in the day.
$20?
Yeah, I bought it
That's
on
crazy.
I bought it on Amazon from some lady.
Amazon?
Yeah,
Wow.
and it showed up complete in box mint. Now it's like sweet.
All right.
Keep in
I'll
mind
take
that keep in
stocks.
mind that was before the Persona boom happened.
Yeah,
So
true.
I kind of got it at just the right time.
Got it
Going
right.
now to PS2. Not much has changed PS2 wise. Originally it was Dot Hack Quarantine. Then it was Xenosaga Episode 3,
Mhm.
and it's back to Dot Hack Quarantine.
That's funny.
You want to know what makes it even funnier?
What?
The rest of the Dot Hack games, like the original Dot Hacks,
Mhm.
they're like 20 to like 30 to like $50.
Hmm.
The fourth one is like currently sitting at $266.
Huh.
I'm assuming because it was the last one that released and it was in lighter quantities, but it's nuts to me how just expensive that game has shot up, and it's made it almost impossible to collect.
Do you have it?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I
Is
got
it-
all.
Is it on the list as the most expensive one?
Yes, still currently.
Well, like I'm very sorry. I'm tired. I have a tired. brain.
It's the most valuable PS2 game I have right now.
Oh, okay.
It's overshot Xenosaga 3.
Wait.
It's just funny. I'm like looking to see like where the other dot hacks are, and like the closest one is like $52. So they have not held their value as much as the fourth one. An interesting PS2 game that's surprisingly expensive is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 at like $175.
Huh. Isn't that game actually good? Or-
Some people really like it. I don't personally because I feel like it's too complicated. You remember when we went to Retro World and me and Kevin played that game on the PS2 for like 5 minutes and we were like, fuck this?
No, because I think I was playing something else, wasn't I?
No, this was right before we did the Bomberman game.
Oh, okay.
We played this Dragon Ball game for like 5 seconds and we're like, this sucks. Never mind. And
This
moved
is
on.
too hard.
That was Budokai Tenkaichi 3. It's not a bad game. It's just unnecessarily complicated for like no reason.
It's just dumb.
Yeah, a little. Moving on now to PS3. PS3 is an interesting one to me because PS3 games are starting to go up in value a lot.
Mhm.
The most valuable game when we first did this list for PS3 was the Arland Atelier trilogy. It is still that to this day. That one's an interesting one because that was released as like a special, like it combined 3 games in one as like a little bonus thing, and that has since shot up to almost $100.
Huh.
What's amusing though is the 2 other most valuable PS3 games I own are the 2 Spider-Man games that came out for PS3. Both of them at $80.
Oh.
And then there's a Spyro game on PS3 that's like 61.
Huh.
It's funny, like random games just go up in value like that. As for PS5, 4, when we first did this, it was Persona 5 Take Your Heart Premium Edition. That has actually gone down quite a bit. That's like $75 now. The most valuable game, the second time we did this, was Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2, the deluxe edition. It is still that now. That's sitting at like 154. Kind of glad I bought that like when it was new, so I kind of got it for the normal price because it's just gone up and kind of sat there. Interestingly, the Deadpool game on PS4 is like $76 for some reason.
Is it fun?
It's all right.
Do
It's
you
not
have
like
it?
a mate. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not amazing by any means, but I mean it's like super.
Is Ryan Reynolds' voice in it?
I don't think so.
Oh.
It's based off the comic version, not the movie.
Oh, okay. Boo.
Yeah. It's a decent game though, not amazing, but not bad.
Hmm.
So PS5 has been the most amusing one to me, just because PS5s are so new. When we first did this list, it was Elden Ring because that had just came out, so it just kind of was by default the most valuable game. The second time we did this is still the weirdest one to me. It was Dirt 5,
Oh.
like a racing game.
Oh.
At it's gone down since. It's like $50 now, but it was like weirdly like $90 at that point.
Huh.
They probably did a restock of it. Now I'm assuming because the sequel, the next entry is coming out very shortly. But currently, the most valuable game I own on PS5 is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like $121 right now,
Oh.
which is hilarious because you can get the PS4 version for like nothing.
Huh.
It's just that weird. The PS5 Intergrade version is just stupidly expensive now.
Hey, it's the hype. It's the hype.
Because the Rebirth is coming out pretty soon. So
Because
a
I'm sure
reunion.
it's not going to stay there next year. Like, I'm sure next year it's going to be different. Or maybe even a
Probably.
week from now. Who knows?
Who knows? PSP, on the other hand, this one has changed every year we've done this. The first year
Mhm.
it was Legend of Heroes 3 Songs of the Ocean. That has since kind of dropped down a bit. It's actually, no, it's up to second most valuable again. The following year we had Ys, the Oath of Felgania. That has since dropped down to third. And the new most valuable PSP game I own is Persona 2 Innocent Sin. Those damn Persona games.
Those damn Persona fans making everything
those-
expensive.
I think it's just because the Persona 3 Reload came out recently, so there's a ton of Persona hype right now.
Yeah, I gotta play that. Put it on my list.
I think you can get it on PS4.
I thought it was on Switch.
No, not Reload.
Oh shoot! I thought I saw it on Switch. All right, I'm probably
You saw
crazy.
you saw Persona 3 Portable on Switch.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, this one was just funny to me. Vita. First time we did this, it was Persona 4 Dancing All Night Disco Fever Edition.
Mm-hmm.
That's still expensive, but not as expensive. The second year we did it, it was Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3. That's actually dropped down significantly.
Huh?
The new most valuable game I have for Vita is a Japanese import, Dead or Alive Extreme 3.
Jesus.
That's like the beach volleyball game that didn't come out over here.
Yeah.
I own it because I saw it at State Line just sitting on the shelf for like $20, and I was like, "Fuck it, it's a Vita game."
I need it. Oh dang! And it's now your most expensive.
Yeah, now it's like $165. Like I don't get that.
Damn! Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna have
made
to-
money.
I'm gonna have to do some research there because there's got to be something fishy going on there. But yeah, I read that and I was like, "What?" And it's the funny part is it's not even good. It's like a shit. It's kind of a shit game. It's just beach volleyball and like mini games with the Dead or Alive girls.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Moving on to Sega consoles now. Sega consoles are mostly the same. I'm not gonna lie. Master System was originally Phantasy Star the first time we did this. It then moved up to Ys, the Vanished Omens. It's also now Phantasy Star again. Loose cartridge, $72.
Yep.
Genesis hasn't changed just because the game I have is very valuable. It's been Phantasy Star 4 every time we've done this. And that's the one I remember, that one random retro store we went to where like the guy was like streaming inside and we just kind of were like walking around.
Huh?
Do you remember the one retro store we went to? Like it was like a guy, the owner was just like streaming and like we were just kind of walking around and like you would went by the counter and you were like, "Oh, whoops, I'm not supposed to be back there." And he was like, "Oh no, go ahead. That's fine."
I forgot about that one. That one was in Connecticut, right? Like where we just
Yeah.
did like a day, like where we drove. I forgot. We haven't gone to that one
No,
since
because
that one
I
time.
don't remember where it is.
I don't either. It might not
Yeah.
be open, unfortunately. Because was that pre-COVID or
No,
post-COVID?
that was post COVID. No, because you remember we commented about how the owner like didn't have his mask on like the entire time, except when he did the transaction. Because he like
Yeah.
noticed and just kind of pulled it up casually, and we were like, yeah, whatever.
Oh, that was funny. I remember that going like behind the counter, then going, "Oh shit, I'm behind the counter."
Well, no, the funniest part about that was his response was, "Oh, your brother's buying this really expensive game, so I don't give a shit what you do." And it was like, yeah, okay, yeah, but
You're like, "Sweet."
I bought Fantasy Star 4 there, and it's been my most valuable game since. It's actually
Nice.
gone up in price since I bought it because I only paid 90 for it. It's over 200 now.
Hmm.
Damn Genesis games. Moving on, Sega CD. It's been Popful Mail every year we've done this. Popful Mail was that one that I remember, the one we got at State Line that first time that I spent all my money on.
Yep.
Yep.
You talked about that last week.
I did.
Yeah.
That's at over $400 right now. I made money on that one. And then Sega 32X. It's still Knuckles Chaotix, mostly just because that's the only boxed game I have. And it's also a very valuable game, and I'm still happy I paid $5 for it.
I still can't believe that. I mean, I can, but
I just thought it was funny. It was sitting on a pile of VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Just a random 32X
some
game.
Guy, whoever's that was probably like, "Why did you do that?" Like after I was thinking about it, and they must have been pissed when they found out.
Or they didn't even know.
That it could be that too.
Sega Saturn very obviously is still Panzer Dragoon Saga. It's forever going to be Panzer Dragoon Saga, most likely. That is not only the most valuable Saturn game I have, that is the most valuable game I own, period. Do you want to guess how much it's going for right now?
$1,000.
Exactly.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's sitting at exactly 1,000 right now. It actually was down below 1,000 for a while. It's gone back up to 1,000 recently.
I was just doing an over-exaggerating answer. I was not expecting that to be correct.
Nope, you were 100% spot on.
Damn.
Sega Dreamcast, it's been Illbleed every year we've done this. Good old Illbleed, my favorite campy horror game. $230.
Is it still Illbleed?
Yes.
Oh, so it is still okay.
Yep,
it's $200. What did you pay for it?
My copy I had to piece together, so I had to buy 2 copies. I think I paid the 2 copies combined like 120, so it's about double what I paid.
All right. Stocks.
And I made money back because I sold one of the loose disc I got, and the loose disc ended up being over $100, so I made money there.
Oh, nice. Did you sell it to like a store or like eBay?
I sold it to John, I think, actually.
Huh. Nice.
I mean, it's a valuable game regardless if it's in case or not. So,
Illbleed.
Interestingly, though, it actually is getting close to being overtaken because Project Justice is like right behind it.
Do you have that one?
I do. Mom got me that for Christmas a couple of years ago.
Oh, so
that is a very good fighting game that's sitting at like 227 right now, so it's close. And then finally, Sega Game Gear. I believe it's been Tails Adventure every year. Yep, it's still Tails Adventure. Game Gear games aren't super valuable, so the one valuable game I own for it is Tails Adventure, and it's going to probably always be Tails Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun game too. It's like a Metroidvania where you play as Tails.
Huh. Nice.
Like they didn't try to make it a Sonic game because Tails isn't Sonic, so they actually made something interesting and unique. It's a fun one. All right, so now that we're through Sega, now we're kind of on the grab bag section of just random consoles. So going on to Xboxes now. I only have the original Xbox and the 360, so I can't really go farther than that. But we've had a change since the last time on Xbox. So the first year we did this, it was Dino Crisis 3, which is a terrible game, by the way. And then the second year, it was also Dino Crisis 3. This year, though, it is actually now Jet Set Radio Future. I'm assuming because the the Jet Set Radio series is apparently getting a like kind of like a reboot or something coming soon. So I'm assuming hype for that series has kind of gone up. Now I always joke because like Xbox games are like notoriously cheap because no one cares about Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you sniffing your mic?
Wait, is the bar not there?
Well, it is, but I can still see your mic poking up, so it looks like you're just sniffing your mic.
Wait, you can see it like, do you see it like right here?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I don't know. Either way. Yeah, so Xbox games are like
In the bar. This is gonna be great for our listeners.
yeah, I'm sure they're freaking very amused. Xbox games though notoriously don't hold their value because Xbox games are kind of were overproduced and are kind of worthless now. Because there's just so many versions of them that it's like there's so much stock that like it really doesn't gain a value. There are a few exceptions though, like Dino Crisis 3 for some reason is $70 despite being a garbage game. And Jet Set Radio Future is going for $80 right now. So glad I grabbed that one back in the day.
Jet Set Radio Future sounds like a song in the Sonic game.
So
Does it sound like it could be a song from a Sonic game?
what's fun is the producer that does the music for the Jet Set Radio series, he actually did a Sonic game. He did the he did the Sonic Rush. He did Sonic Rush 1, and that's why Sonic Rush 1 has such good, like crazy high energy music. Jet Set Radio is like a roller skating spray paint tagging game.
Oh.
It's really unique and like super Sega. And they only made 2 of them, unfortunately, but they were super interesting games. You literally, they're kind of jank nowadays because they haven't aged well, but it was just a fun game where you just roller skated around this open hub and you would just like spray paint and tag stuff. It was fun. Cool games. Now, moving on to the Xbox 360. So this one has been all over the place over the years because 360 games also aren't amazingly valuable.
I want to play 350 games.
I hate to
Xbox
break
350.
It doesn't
I want
exist,
the 350. Make it exist.
So, the first year we did this, it was a game called Aki Katana. That game has since kind of shot down in value. It's like $29 right now. The second year it was Bullet Witch, which is like the most edgy edgelord looking game you'll ever see. That's like $34 now. This year it is interestingly a new game that we haven't done yet. It's Magna Carta 2.
Huh.
A very bizarre, like I believe it's like a Korean RPG that they put on Xbox for some reason. It's
Why
a good
not?
game. It's super anime and super like kind of fan servicey when you look at it the first time. But hey, $40 if you see it.
Pick
Yeah,
it
that's how low 360 games are going for right now.
It's like less than a new Switch game at this point.
There's probably more expensive ones, but you probably have to like they're probably some obscure shit.
Do you think those do you think 360 games will ever hop back on like the market as like ooh, everyone wants those, or do you think it never will?
It's hard to say. The reason why PS3 games I think are going up is because there wasn't as many of them made. The reason why 360 games just haven't held their value is Microsoft just produced so many fucking
There's just
games.
so many that like they're just not valuable because you can get them very easily.
Yeah,
most of
like,
them are at your local retro game store. No, or
there are honestly like GameStop. I got the entire Halo series for like $5.
They're just like, please take it at this point.
They had
like,
so many copies.
No,
like
they honestly were probably just trying to get rid of them at that point.
Yeah.
Imagine buying a full price 360 game and looking at them now and just going, fuck.
Well, you didn't, I mean, at the time when it was new, it's hard to look back at it like that when you bought them new because it's kind of like, yeah, you're always going to get screwed that way. So moving on now to Atari consoles. Atari 2600. Fun fact: Atari 2600 games are also worthless.
Oh,
okay, so ET is $9 right now, but that's not even close to my most valuable.
ET.
Yeah, my most valuable 2600 game is Clax. And the only reason it's Clax is because I have a sealed new copy.
Nice.
And the reason I haven't opened it is just because it's Clax. Like, if I really want to play Clax, there's like 20 other versions.
Yep. Or you could just buy one cheaper.
I
Not
could, but
box.
if I want to play it, there's the Atari Anthology, and it's like right there.
Oh, yeah. Then what's the point?
And it will look better because it'll be on like a better screen than whatever the 2600 puts out. I bought
mean,
it.
Can you even hook up a 2600 to like a modern TV?
You can. It
Oh, you
looks like
can.
utter shit though, so there's no reason to. But yeah, Clax is always probably going to be that, just because I'm not really planning on buying any more 2600 games.
Yeah.
For the most part, I kind of have the ones I really wanted.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if it's not like your, I mean, it's pretty certain you have your favorite ones that you collect for. You know,
I mean, yeah, like I have
like
the Clax I wanted.
like called what's it called again? The 4DO?
Oh,
The
3DO.
2DO? Is that what it's called?
The 3DO. Go fuck yourself. So, anyways, moving on to Atari's handheld, the Lynx. The first 2 times we did this, it was Gauntlet: The Third Encounter. For whatever reason, though, like the flight game Blue Lightning has shot up in value, and that is now the most valuable Lynx game I own at a whopping $23 for just the cartridge. You know what's funny? Clax on the Lynx, I have complete in box, and that's cheaper than Blue Lightning as just the cartridge.
It's so silly.
Yeah, that shows how values are. Now onto your favorite console ever, the Atari Jaguar.
Hell yeah. Everything should be super expensive, correct? This is your most valuable console, correct?
Not really, but
how dare you? Pure enjoyment, it should be the most valuable. Fuck what the app says. It's worth millions in my mind.
Whatever. So it does have its hand of valuable games, though. And
yes,
for me, it's been Rayman every year.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, the close second is Attack of the Mutant Penguins.
Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah.
And then Tempest 2000 boxed is now $74. Yeah, there's a handful of pretty expensive Jaguar games. The Jaguar's not a bad console. There is some fun stuff.
It's an amazing console. It is one of the best that was ever made. If anyone says the N64 is on the level of the Jaguar, they're just wrong. They're just wrong. There's hot garbage versus saintly magic.
Saintly. Yeah. So moving on now to 3DO.
4DO.
So the first year that's an emulator for the 3DO, by the way.
3DO, right? That's what it's called.
It's literally right in front of your face.
Looks like a 2 to me. Actually, 8DO? 8DO. Oh, I got it all wrong. 8DO.
Go F yourself. You know what? Deal with this.
No. Oh, that hurts my eyes.
Okay. Serves you right. Anyways, so 3DO, we had the first year we did this when I was just getting into 3DO collecting. It was Seal of the Pharaoh of all things.
Mm-hmm.
Seal of the Pharaoh isn't even in the top 10 at this point.
That just shows how few you had at the time.
Yeah, it was also like Gex was up there too, but that's since dropped down. Obviously, last year we did this. It was Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, and it's still Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
Yeah.
That's coming up for the Switch pretty soon.
Yay! And now everyone can play that. I mean, watch that experience because it's not a game. It's just
it's an experience.
You experience it.
What's fun is I actually have the Switch version on order, like the physical, because the physical is already out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to special order it though because it was a limited run thing. I wasn't originally going to get it, but I kind of want it.
Are you going to have the anime outside or the regular?
Oh yeah,
outside?
That's the only reason I'm buying it, because that anime cover is so fucking hilarious.
Cover?
It's so fucking hilarious. Like, why did they need to do that? But
to sell copies of it, and clearly it's working.
I guess I did buy it though. Interestingly, though, like right next to Plumbers, is Night Trap at $110.
Huh.
That's gone up quite a bit. But yeah, Plumbers is gonna probably forever be my most valuable 3DO game unless I somehow find a copy of Lucian's Quest, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Hey,
Um,
you're the biggest 2DO fan on the world, so I'm sure
I'll
you'll
bring
find
it back. I will bring the background back.
Bring what back? I don't know what you're talking about. No, my eyes. Wait, there was a 3DO logo in the middle of it.
Yes.
I didn't notice that until now.
Anyways, TurboGrafx 16. I have not really collected any TurboGrafx games in a while.
Mhm.
So as of right now, it's been Newtopia pretty much every year we've done this.
Yep.
Which is funny though, because every year Newtopia gets more and more expensive. Because when I first bought it, it was like $40,
Yep.
and it's now currently sitting at 162
Wow. All
for
right.
a somewhat average Zelda clone. Now we're getting to the final stretch, Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Ooh.
The first year we did this, it was a game called Facelli. It's
Yep.
still
Sounds like a pasta.
It kind of does. It's still
Doesn't that sound
Facelli
like-
at this point. And Facelli is
pasta.
it's a very interesting RPG that was created by the same team that made Shadow Hearts and Clodelka.
Huh.
And then the final console for this list, while you wave your water bottle around, is the Wonder Swan / Wonder Swan Color. I'm just combining
I
them
forgot
together.
you had a Wonder Swan.
You want one now because there's One Piece games on it.
I do. I want to play all the One Piece games, so I'll get one eventually.
So the first time we did the Wonder Swan, my most valuable game was one of the Inuyasha games. It was that the second year, but it's actually since shifted to Final Fantasy II of all things. Oh wait, no, it's shifted again. It's now the Hunter x Hunter game I have.
Oh,
That's funny. Yeah, so
nice.
there's a Hunter x Hunter game on Wonder Swan that I have loose that I bought. Yeah, that's the most valuable. I still haven't actually played that, so maybe I should.
Yeah, you should.
What's funny is it's valued at $30. I paid I paid $5 because it was in a Wonder Swan grab bag bargain.
I'm guessing the Wonder Swan games are just not very expensive in general.
Some of them are. There's a few that are.
You
like,
just don't have any of the very expensive ones.
I have a handful of them. So right now I have the 3 Inuyasha games, the Final Fantasies, and that Hunter x Hunter game.
Mm-hmm.
There's one more game I'd really like, and that is
One Piece. One Piece. Da, 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 da.
There is a Klonoa game on the Wonder Swan that I need to get, but it's kind of expensive right now. Yeah, but overall, like it's kind of. Oh yeah, I didn't really add it because I have one game for it for some reason, but I have a ColecoVision game. I don't own a ColecoVision.
You just got the game, so it's your most expensive.
What happened was I bought a lot of Atari 2600 games.
Yep.
For like $50. It was like 20 games for $50. It wasn't a bad deal. For some reason there was a copy of Smurfs for ColecoVision in there.
I love how it's a Smurfs game, is what you have.
Yeah. So I just have Smurfs for ColecoVision. I've just kind of held on to it.
How much is it worth?
$8.
$8. Wow. That's big money right there.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Wait,
weird.
I have a question. What would be your most valuable console?
Oh, it's easily Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn?
I think. Let me actually check. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, so it's a little confusing.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of just valuable games,
yep,
it's the Saturn.
Okay.
Heck, because a lot of Saturn games are expensive. Like there's like, just for context, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 Saturn games that are over $100.
Dang.
And then there's like a lot that are up in the high like 70s to like 90s era.
Mm-hmm.
For context, now moving over to my actual most valuable console is the original PlayStation.
In terms of like the console itself, like not
Yeah.
really the games, like just the
Oh,
physical.
you're asking about the physical console.
No, yeah, that's what I want to
Oh.
know. Is like physical
Okay.
console, what would be the most expensive at this point?
Okay, that's a different question. Well, I'll finish with the original, what I originally thought, just to do it. The most valuable system I have is the PlayStation.
Mhm.
And that's mostly just because I have a sheer ton
You
of
have a ton
PS1
of games, yeah.
So it's just kind of by default going to be up there. The only console I have more games for it is the PlayStation 2, but a lot of PS2 games just aren't that valuable.
Mm.
Okay, going into systems now, in terms of overall value. So let's take a look.
Yeah.
Oh, it's set by least valuable first. That's funny. No, what's the most value? Oh, you're gonna be happy. It- yeah. As of right now, the most valuable console I own is, believe it or not, the Jaguar.
As it should be. I win,
So-
everyone. It's the best console in the world, and it's the most expensive because everyone wants it, and there's not that many of them. So
I'm not sure if that's the
everyone
exact
needs.
reason, but
What the fuck are you saying? Shut up.
I'm just being realistic here. So I think it actually be kind of funny in terms of consoles. The top 10 most valuable consoles I have, consoles and handhelds. I'm not going to separate them. I'm just going to put those together.
Yeah.
Atari Jaguar,
Yep.
Virtual Boy,
Oh.
then PS5, then the Sega Nomad,
Mhm,
then the 3DO FC10,
mhm.
the new Nintendo 2DS XL. That one actually kind of surprises me.
Huh.
The PS3 fat 60 gig like backwards compatible model, the 3DO FC1, Sega CD Model 2, and then the 10th is the Wonder Swan Crystal. The 3DS being in there is interesting. I think it's funny that
I feel like the 3DS is probably because it was like towards the end of the life cycle
maybe
of the 3DS, and they probably just didn't make that many of them.
maybe that's actually a good point, because like I'm looking back at it and like, because I have 3DSs, and like the original 3DS I have, that's like only like 92. And then the 3DS XL is like 137 now, apparently.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's interesting to me, the Jaguar though, that's $366 valued now. Virtual Boy at $351. I paid $100 for my Virtual Boy. Granted, my stand is broken on it, but it would probably still be up there. Yeah, it's funny though. You know what the
Weird.
least valuable console I have?
What?
The fat DS for $30.
Nice.
And then the PS1 is only like 33 apparently.
Huh. Not your version though, right? I'm assuming your original one, like the one you had with the screen, is more expensive.
By like $3.
Oh, really? Huh.
Maybe combined with the screen. I'm not sure how accurate these are, to be 100% honest, but
No, true. I mean, they do change very frequently too. So,
yeah, that's interesting to me.
but I mean, like,
Oh.
I mean, it's not surprising the Jaguar's number one because it's the best console
So,
there is.
Fun fact. You
Fuck
want
the
to know
2D.
So obviously we said Panzer Dragoon Saga, most expensive game I own.
Mhm.
Do you want to know what the least expensive game?
Yes.
Okay. So
Is it like Mario on the NES or something?
So there's a couple here that are not valued.
They have no value.
No, it's more that the game I doesn't know how to value them. That's a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, my app might be a little screwed up. I'm gonna have to fix this late. Oh yeah, my app's very screwed up. All right, the one that it has listed is apparently Yar's Revenge for $1.
Huh. What's that?
Atari 2600 game.
Oh. Hot garbage game.
Yeah.
Atari didn't come out with a good console until the Jaguar. That was where it peaked.
The Lynx is pretty. The Lynx is pretty good too.
The Jaguar's better.
But yeah, so that's the third.
Turn it into a shitter.
That is the third edition
ASMR
of.
is back.
course it is. That is the third edition, though, of Most Valuable Games. Because we are the gaming and collecting podcast, after all. We really should talk gaming and collecting. Yeah, so it's been fun, though. We probably going to have to do an anime episode now. We've been doing a lot of gaming-focused episodes lately.
Well, you got to pick a show for a swap, and then...
I know.
Because I already watched my end of the bargain.
Well, yeah, but you were going to watch that anyways. I have to just find one.
Or I'll pick one, and you pick that one as... I already gave you a bunch of options, and you went, nah.
No, I have a few I got to look through. But yeah, we'll get onto that later. But yeah, once again, though, guys, thanks for joining us on the Gaming Collecting Podcast. The Gaming Collecting Podcast can be found on all your major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcast and Spotify. You can also find our episodes on YouTube with occasional video versions.
Not today.
You can find all of our links at linktree/thebarberwhogames. And if you'd like, you can join the GNC Podcast Network Discord server, where you can find all information on GNC, 3DO, Geek Addicts, Talk Gaming, Anime, just general nonsense. Fun. Anyways, and with that, guys, we will see you all later.
No, I don't want to say goodbye yet. Hi, everyone. The Jaguar is the best console ever. It's the most expensive. Everyone knows it's great. What do you have to say about that?
You're wrong.
No!